Did you know that in 2024, Japan's baseball league actually outdrew Major League Baseball in per-game attendance? The Nippon Professional Baseball League, also known as the NPB, averaged just over 31,000 fans per game, topping MLB's 29,000. So, what's the secret? In Japan, baseball isn't just a game, it's an experience. Picture synchronized cheering sections, full brass bands, coordinated chants, and thousands of balloons soaring into the sky after the final out. It feels more like a celebration than a ball game. Baseball first arrived in Japan back in the 1850s thanks to American expatriates, and by the 1870s, it was being taught in schools. The sport quickly took root, becoming a staple by the late 19th century. Japan's first pro league launched in 1936, and by 1950, NPB was officially born with the creation of two leagues. Today, it's not just surviving, it's thriving. It consists of 12 teams split equally into two leagues, the Central League and the Pacific League, with teams often carrying the names of their corporate owners rather than cities. The Central League, similar to Major League Baseball's National League of old, does not use the designated hitter, while the Pacific League does. In general, Japanese teams play 6 days a week, being off on Mondays, with a season running roughly from late March and early April through October. The regular season is 143 games, with 71 or 72 at home, shorter than the MLB's 162-game schedule. At the end of the regular season, the top 3 teams in each league advance to the Climax Series, Japan's version of the playoffs. In Stage 1, the second and third place teams face off in a best-of-3 series. All games are played at the second-place team's home stadium. In Stage 2, the winner from Stage 1 then faces the league's pennant winner in a best-of-6 series. But here's the twist. The higher seed starts with a ghost win, so they only need to win 3 games, while the underdog needs 4. And yes, all games are again hosted by the higher seed. The winner from each league then meets in the Japan Series, a best-of-7 that mirrors the World Series, with home field advantage alternating every year. Oh, and one last interesting note. Tie games can happen after 12 innings. In theory, this means that a Japan series can go up to 14 games long if each of the first 7 games resulted in a 12-inning tie. Yes, very unlikely, but still a fun quirk that makes Japanese baseball so unique. Now, we've already noted some differences compared to the MLB, but here are some others. For starters, the ball itself is slightly smaller, and the stadiums are often a bit more compact. Add in wide foul territory and a smaller strike zone called by Japanese umpires, and you've got a setup that naturally favors pitchers and suppresses scoring. NPB teams also handle rosters a bit differently. They carry 28 players, but only 25 can suit up for a game, with 3 players scratched each day. Pitching rotations typically include 6 starters instead of MLB's 5, giving arms a little more rest between outings. And while teams can sign as many foreign players as they'd like, only 4 can be active for any given game, with a limit on how many can be pitchers or hitters. When it comes to style of play, NPB has long embraced small ball. Think contact hitting, bunting, base running, and meticulous execution. Power hitting is on the rise, but the emphasis on fundamentals, teamwork, and strategy still drives the game. All of these factors come together to create a different kind of baseball experience, one where games are lower scoring, pitchers throw more breaking balls, and strategy takes center stage. There are usually 2 to 3 All-Star games in July, and unlike the MLB, the NPB has not used scheduled doubleheaders since the late 1990s. Regarding stadiums, about half of NPB parks are domed, reflecting Japan's limited land and weather concerns. For example, the Yomiuri Giants play in the Tokyo Dome that seats 46,000, the Fukuoka Hawks in the Fukuoka PayPay Dome that seats 38,500, and the Saitama Seibu Lions in Balluna Dome that seats 33,556. However, some teams use famous open-air ballparks. The Hanshin Tigers play at Koshien Stadium, which is currently the oldest ballpark in Japan, being built in 1924 and holding a capacity of 47,508. Surveys show baseball is by far the nation's favorite pro sport, with over 50% of respondents choosing baseball versus about 24% for soccer. Professional games draw big TV audiences and passionate fans. Japanese spectators bring coordinated cheering sections, complete with drums, horns, flags, and cheerleaders, chanting team and player songs throughout the game. This cheering culture was actually adopted after an early U.S. college team visit, Waseda University to Stanford in 1905. But today, The roaring crowd and marching bands are as fundamental to a Japanese game as hot dogs are at an MLB game. Baseball is also ingrained in daily life for many Japanese. From grade school onward, children often play baseball. Schools at every level, from elementary through high school, have baseball clubs as part of bukatsudo, their after-school activities. Competitive youth baseball, little league, and school teams is very common. By the time students reach high school, each prefecture sends one champion to the annual National High School Baseball Championship at Koshien Stadium, the largest-scale amateur sport event in Japan. Games at Koshien draw tens of thousands of fans to the famous Hanshin Koshien Stadium and are televised nationally. Many Japanese kids dream of playing at Koshien. At the university level, college baseball also has a long tradition. Many top players go from high school to college to the pros. Overall, baseball is by no means a niche sport. It is woven into Japanese society from youth up. While the NPB is deeply rooted in Japanese culture, its appeal is starting to go global. Fans from across Asia, the US, and beyond are tuning in, drawn by the fast-paced games, passionate crowds, and breakout stars like Shohei Ohtani. Some even travel to Japan just to catch a game in person. With streaming access growing and more Japanese players making waves in the MLB, interest in Nippon Professional Baseball has never been higher. As for Japanese players in Major League Baseball, over 70 Japanese-born players have made the jump to the MLB. The first was pitcher Masanori Murakami in 1964, but the modern wave began with Hideo Nomo in 1995. As of recent tallies, a total of 74 Japanese-born players have played in the MLB. This includes stars like Ichiro Suzuki, Hideki Matsui, Yu Darvish, and Shohei Ohtani, and all 30 MLB clubs have now had a Japanese player at some point. Many of these players were posted or became free agents after dominating in the NPB, and Ohtani's two-way success has especially increased interest in the Japanese game. In 2024, the average MLB player salary was around $4.66 million, while NPB players in Japan averaged about 47 million yen, or roughly 330,000 USD. Even the MLB minimum salary of $740,000 is over 5 times higher than the NPB's top-tier minimum, highlighting the massive financial gap between the two leagues and displaying why it is enticing for NPB players to make the jump to the MLB if the opportunity presents itself. In summary, seeing a game in Japan is an absolute experience. Expect drum beats, chants, team songs, and lots of disciplined play. For someone familiar with US baseball, the Japanese game will look very similar, but with some quirks. The two-league NPB has 12 teams, a shorter season, tied games, and an electric and passionate fan culture. Schools nationwide play baseball at every level, making it a true community sport. All these factors make Japanese baseball both richly traditional and uniquely different from American baseball. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching.